Hi, my name is Rosalind Beecham, and I'll be doing discussion board number 1, Christian Worldviews and Psychopathology. The definition of psychopathology, according to Cringe and Johnson, 2021, psychopathology was defined as a field of study that focused on the nature, development, and treatment. According to Connick 2020, psychopathology focused on how to understand the mental health or illness, how to define it and characterize it, and how to treat it. When looking at psychopathology, basically it was described as a sickness of the mind or a dysfunction in the psyche relating to Greek term soul. According to Romans 7:15, for what I am doing, I do not understand. For what I will do, that I do not practice, but what I hate, that I do. Describes when Paul states Paul commits sin. Although he wants to make good faith effort in not committing sin, he still commits sin anyways. When looking at the Christian worldview, it's viewing the world from the Christian's perspective and how one's seeing themselves, or they feel others see them, or how others see them. Types of psychopathology, when it relates to psychiatric disorders, it would be like schizophrenia, anxiety, eating disorders, manic depression, or depression. And the causes of psychopathology are basically biological, chronic medical conditions, feelings of isolation, traumatic experiences, abusive relationships, and stressful events that may contribute to this. When people feel stigmatized and they're placed under the radar, or they have have been diagnosed with these psychopathologies, they feel broken, they're sinners, they feel less than, and sometimes they alienate themselves from others. According to Matthew 22:37-40, the Lord first and greatest commandment is to love the Lord for God with all his heart, all your heart, soul, and mind. Second, love your neighbor as yourself. With this being said, individuals that experience impairments and they may become reluctant to find access to health care, and they fear going to get help. Or sometimes Christians will look at them different, or feel that because you're going through these life experiences or these diagnoses that you sin some type of way, so, or you did some abnormal behavior, so I'm gonna cast you away, or something. Like, not cast you away, but they'll shun you away, or feel like you're bad, like the bad news bear. The Bible and abnormalities. What does the Bible say about abnormalities? Abnormalities are just defined as the statistical and social norm. It's like breaking rules of society. Anything that goes against God's plan. This can include mental or physical disorders. An example of normal versus abnormal is basically, an example would be getting out of the shower. Not getting out of the shower, but walking with no clothing on. Normal means stepping into the shower. But abnormal may be when walking down a busy intersection with cars is going by. Viewing the worldview from a Christian point of view, the Bible states that the God creates humans in his image, Genesis 1:27, and that he is holy, and so are we, 1 Peter 1:16. Therefore, abnormalities are viewed as being unlike God, and God condemns all abnormal behavior. When looking at the secular view of abnormalities, again, deviation is from what is considered to be normal. Abnormal behavior, again, is is deemed by culture norms and as what is right and wrong, and it's determined by one's culture on what's socially acceptable and what's not. The secular view does not see abnormalities as being bad, but rather as something that needs to be addressed in order to help one's function better in society. Lastly, according to Cringe and Johnson, when trying to decide the normal versus psychopathology behavior, it was suggested in our text that for clinicians to use the 4 Ds of abnormality scale, which rates danger, dysfunctions, deviance, and distress. Thank you.